Hello there, Capricorn. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast. This forecast is for the week of February the 21st through the 27th. My apologies for getting this out late. This week has been a little bit chaotic as far as the schedule goes. I hope that you guys have had a calmer week, but it is what it is, and forward progress has been made, so I'm not going to complain. But I did find a little bit of quiet time today, so I thought maybe I could catch up on videos before it actually becomes the 21st, and these are coming out late. Late. My goal is to get them out on Wednesday morning, but if I get them out before the week starts, at this point, I'm happy. All right, let's look at your weekend here, Capricorns. On Saturday, you have the Three of Cups. Very nice card for Saturday. This just talks about quality time together with friends. Usually, this is together in person. I noticed when we were going through COVID, this became like video chats and things like that. And so it still can be that if you have some friends that are at a distance, but it's quality time together with friends. Whether that's in person or at a distance doesn't really make a difference on that card at this point anymore. Now, Sunday, Knight of Cups. This is a day when you're going to be relaxing a little bit, maybe even feeling a little pampered. You could be doing something romantic with somebody that you're interested in that way, or maybe you're just pampering yourself. This can come in either way for this cup, or excuse me, for this card. And so it just kind of depends. What is your situation? Which way that it plays out in your life? All right, let's move into the weekdays, starting with Monday. Oh, now this is interesting. On Monday, Capricorns, you guys have the Judgment card in reverse, which means that you have the opportunity to invest your energies and efforts into something that you used to invest them into in the past that had been kind of put on the back burner. This can be an old job, this can be an old fling, this can be an old hobby, an old side gig, any number of things that you used to put your energy into would qualify to meet the requirements to say, oh, yeah, this is what this card is talking about. When the Judgment card is in reverse, not only is something coming back from the past to say, hey, would you like to be involved in this again? Invest your energy and effort in this again. But we also can tell because it's in reverse that you're saying, no, thank you. I'm on to other things now. I don't want to go back to what was going on in the past. So you'll have an opportunity. I don't see you taking it, not with that Judgment card in reverse. Now, let's look at Tuesday. Tuesday, we have the Justice card. Look at that big old sword. It's kind of blending in there with the tower next to her or him. But that sword, I feel like you guys are slicing and dicing on Tuesday. There is something that you are severing from, whether this is coming out of a lease, coming out of a mortgage, coming out of a relationship with somebody. This could even be, could this be? Yeah. And the other thing that this could be with the Justice card is you could be signing a lease or a mortgage, or you could actually be getting married. This would be a Justice of the Peace type of wedding if you were getting married. So obviously, I don't think all my Capricorns are getting married. Maybe one. Maybe at the far cries of things, maybe two. But this is talking about something legal and binding where you're either getting out of it or coming into it. But I'm going to tell you the first thing that I really was struck by on this card this time as I'm looking at it for you was this sword. So for me, I'm thinking this is more about severing than it is about binding together. So coming out of some kind of lease or agreement is what I'm going to say, and doing it in a way that is legal, that is respected and acknowledged by the law. Now, we have the Four of Wands coming up on Wednesday, the very next day. So this is somebody coming into the nest. This can be bringing a new baby home. This can be bringing a new romantic interest around to see the home the first time. This can be this can be a friend visiting from out of town or out of state. This can be actually this could be you coming into the nest, going back to your home of origin and visiting there. But basically our theme here is somebody is coming into the nest, coming into the home. And so this doesn't have to be family, although a lot of times that does indicate family. Sometimes this can be tribe, the family that we choose. And also, the other thing to know about this card, you could be going to a wedding as well. This card can talk about weddings. You could be having a wedding. This is interesting because we've got potential wedding stuff here. This feels more like severing to me. So maybe you're getting divorced and then the next day you're going to a wedding. Man, would that mess with your mind or what? Or maybe somebody else is getting divorced and they wanted you to come along for moral support. And then the next day you're getting married or you're going to a wedding. I don't know. This is pretty wild. I do think you're severing something though. A relationship, a contract, there's something you're severing here. Could be a JP marriage. I don't really think so. Um, but then the Four of Wands, somebody's coming into the family. Maybe you have somebody in your family who's getting married, and so their spouse is coming into the bigger picture family. That could be as well. All right, so let's look at Thursday. That was interesting 2 days right there. I went, by the way, Capricorns. I know you guys normally don't comment a lot, but I really want to know about your Tuesday and Wednesday and how this played out. How the severing and how the coming into the nest days played out. So I want you to come back and write comments because that's going to fascinate me. That's a trippy it's a trippy card combination to have right next to each other. All right, so let's look at Thursday. Here we've got a 6 of cups coming up in reverse. 6 of cups in reverse says you're having some kind of memories from the past. And these memories are the kind of memories that you think back on and you go, "Oh my gosh. I'm so glad I'm not in that situation anymore. I'm so glad I'm not in that relationship anymore. I'm so glad I don't live in that slum anymore." Whatever it is, these memories are not really good memories. Now, sometimes when we have memories like this that come up from the past, somebody comes with these memories in their pocket. So you could have like maybe an ex showing up, or maybe this was like your least favorite teacher in high school or in college that shows up and just like triggers these memories. So, you get to decide how much of an interaction you want to have with this person that comes in with these memories potentially. And not always does there have to be a person. Sometimes you can just be like going through the attic and unpack your yearbook or something. So, whatever. Anyway, memories we would rather. We're very glad that we're memories of times we're not feeling very sentimental about. Let's put it that way. Maybe attached to a person, maybe not. So that's Thursday, Capricorns. Friday, Capricorns, 4 of Pentacles coming up in reverse. Friday, there's something that you're spending your money on. I could say your energy or your effort, but that's not what I heard. I heard Friday, there's something you're spending your money on. And this is money that you have stashed away. So it could be something that you were planning on spending your money on. You've been preparing for it. For others of you, this is going to be something that has come up that you weren't expecting, but luckily you had a stash stashed away, and so you're able to handle it just fine. But you're spending some kind of money that you had stashed away on Friday, Capricorns. All right, so that's what I've got for your week. You guys have a pretty good week. You definitely have an interesting week. I want to hear about this, especially Tuesday and Wednesday. Don't forget to put a comment. If you guys would like to have a private reading where I look at just only your energies without anybody else's in the mix, then you can always schedule that. You can see how to do that at my website. Plus, you can see all the other services that I offer there. You can sign up for my newsletter there if you have not already. And I will see you guys back here on the next video if I don't see you for an appointment between now and then. Peace out.